JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man injured in gun battle near Spanish Town Road traffic depot. A man is now in hospital nursing gunshot wounds after warring factions exchanged bullets in a shootout Monday afternoon in the vicinity of the Spanish Town Road traffic depot. According to a release from the Ministry of Transport and Mining, the depot was temporarily closed following the shooting incident. Details are sketchy. However, preliminary reports confirm that all staff and customers of the depot were unharmed. The St. Andrew South Police, which confirmed the incident, said the injured man is currently undergoing treatment at the Kingston Public Hospital. They shared that Monday's incident is the result of ongoing gang violence in the area and that it is believed the victim was a target of criminal elements. Investigations are ongoing. Man believed to be mentally ill killed at ex-commissioner's house. A man believed to be of unsound mind who allegedly attempted to break into the rural home of former police commissioner Owen Ellington was fatally shot last night. The incident happened about 7 p.m. in Glengough, St. Catherine. Ellington was not at the house at the time. A relative of his has been implicated in the shooting. The injured man was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigators attached to the St. Catherine North Police are probing the shooting. When contacted Tuesday morning, Ellington declined to comment on the incident. Video of gunfiring men said to be cronies of Dogpaw triggers police probe. Police are probing 2 social media videos in which men are seen with high-powered weapons following the killing of alleged gang leader Christopher Dogpaw Linton. Deputy Commissioner Fitz Bailey, head of crime and security, said that the police are aware of the videos and are looking into them. DCP Bailey said the police cannot confirm when the videos were made or if they are in relation to Linton's death. We can't confirm that is what is happening, he said. One of the videos, which shows at least 3 men firing their weapons into the air, is said to be a tribute to Linton. While this was happening, another man was seen walking a short distance away, unconcerned by the gunmen who fired their guns for at least a minute before the video ended. In the other video, apparently shot before the first one, the men were seen walking up a rocky slope, passing several residents with weapons in hand. None of the men's faces were seen in the video. At least one wore a mask. Others partially covered their faces with handkerchiefs. Linton was reportedly killed in a police shootout in Elliston Flat, St. Andrew on Monday afternoon. Police said he was traveling in a motor car that was stopped by lawmen. He allegedly disembarked the vehicle and opened fire at the police, who returned the fire, shooting him dead. A .45 pistol was reportedly taken from Linton. PMP against mandatory COVID vaccination at this time. The opposition People's National Party PMP says it is against the mandatory COVID-19 vaccination for Jamaica at this time. The disclosure was made by PMP President Mark Goldman, who declared that the party's position was arrived at due to recent poll findings which suggested a large percentage of Jamaica's population was against such a mandate. Our position is that, with 70% of the population polling against mandatory vaccination, we don't think that it is practical or right to try and implement mandatory vaccination, Golding declared. He said mandatory vaccination would mean coercing people to be vaccinated who do not believe it is the right thing to do. The party's position on the issue of mandatory vaccination comes at a time when the call for a national mandate has been growing louder, with several groups, including the powerful private sector organization, urging the government to begin instituting vaccine requirements. Despite not being in agreement with a national requirement regarding vaccines, Golding said his party supports the process of vaccination. He noted that all the members of the opposition's shadow cabinet have been vaccinated against the coronavirus. In the meantime, the PMP president said the government should be incentivizing vaccination, where citizens can get immediate access to funds after being inoculated. This, he claimed, would help to encourage people to get vaccinated. Suspect arrested following Kingston shooting, gun seized. A man suspected of shooting another man along King Street in Kingston on Saturday has been arrested and a gun suspected to have been used in the incident seized. Reports from the police are that about 6:25 p.m., a man informed them of a shooting incident in the area. However, when lawmen tried to get further details from him, he began acting in a manner that aroused their suspicion. He then fled. Cops chased the man and he reportedly pulled a gun and fired several shots in the direction of the officers as he tried to escape. The police officers returned the gunfire and the man was shot. Investigators theorize that the man who initially told them of the incident was in fact the gunman who shot the man along King Street. Both the suspected gunman and the injured man were taken to the hospital for treatment. The suspected gunman is under police guard. A Smith & Wesson revolver with 4 empty casings and 1 live round was later found in the area where the suspected gunman was captured. Investigations continue. Indicom probes dog paw killing. 5 cops involved in fatal shooting. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, has launched an investigation into Monday's police killing of reputed gangster Christopher Dogpaw Linton. Indicom's Assistant Commissioner Hamish Campbell said the investigation began shortly after the incident, which occurred in Elliston Flat, St. Andrew. He said Indicom officers who were at the shooting scene yesterday have spoken to the 5 police personnel involved in the incident and are doing its forensic process. There are other inquiries we are doing, but the investigation is very much ongoing at this time, the Assistant Commissioner said. According to a source, the 5 police personnel involved in the alleged gun battle with Linton are all from the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Division. Linton was reportedly killed after a car in which he was traveling was stopped. Police said he exited the vehicle firing at the lawman who returned the fire. He was subsequently shot dead. Frustration as EOJ distributes new voter ID cards. The Electoral Office of Jamaica, EOJ, was yesterday heavily criticized by Jamaicans who turned out in large numbers at its constituency offices in Kingston and St. Catherine to collect new voter registration identification cards. The long wait was particularly difficult for senior citizens, many of whom had to stand in line for hours. 70-year-old Iselin Bailey, who was seen slouching over a railing at the St. Andrew Western office located in Duane Park, was a picture of frustration. "Made a hurt me foot sick. Me walk come out here, me have to walk go back. And me just hear say me not going to get through. Me have to wait now until the Monday week after the holiday before me can come back," Bailey complained. "Them said them giving out number from 6 a.m. but I don't know how that. I have been here very long and I thought I would come and get a number, but I'll know nothing at all," she added. There was no clear indication of where the line started, as there was a large crowd at the entrance. Another senior citizen, 71-year-old Justina Crooks, who was among a group of people under a tent at the St. Catherine Southeastern office, was equally annoyed. "When you're preparing these things at the public, them need to do it better. Elders are here. If them need to go to the restroom, there's none here. Give them a seat under the tent so them can sit and rest until the time come," she said. Crooks was especially concerned about those who are not physically well. "Some of them can't stand up long. They are bent, some walk with crutches. They must consider the public in that way. Them say from A to E, and at this hour 12:25, A and E are still out here. That don't make no sense. And the people are in the sun. Everywhere you go is the same thing. Them don't respect elders," Crooks fumed. All current voter ID cards expire on December 31, 2021, and the distribution of new cards yesterday ran between 8:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. across the island for electors whose surnames begin with the letters A to E. A 60-year-old who gave her name as Miss J was at the same location as Crooks. She was seen leaning against a fence in the sweltering midday sun. "Me not sure how long me out here, but a long time. And them said them have to do a process over in the office before you get the ID card. You don't just go in there and get it. Them say it's not like that. That's rubbish," she said. When the Director of Elections, Glaspole Brown, was contacted about the concerns raised by the elders, he said the distribution will be assessed and adjustments made. There were a few seats for some persons. If you went to some of the offices, you'd have seen them sitting down. There are some changes to be made to Portmore South on Tuesday, and we're going to set up a separate line for the elderly and those who are not so elderly, so as to be able to move the process a little bit faster, he said. He added that for the offices in Kingston, instructions were given to give priority to seniors and people in wheelchairs. The distribution is scheduled to continue today for people with surnames beginning with the letters F to K, Wednesdays L to P, Thursdays Q to T, and Fridays U to Z. Yesterday, 50-year-old Hope Benjamin, who went to the St. Catherine Southeastern office, said the process was poorly organized. "Me come here from 7 a.m. and it's like we're in the sun and we can't come in. People who have our baby have to stand up in the sun. It is very slow. Them start to give out numbers, but then them stop. It could have been organized a little better. You're not supposed to dare how much o'clock. I didn't go to work this one because I made plans for the day, she said, adding that there was no social distancing. At the St. Andrew Western office, 36-year-old Kemar Brown said that the long wait resulted in people leaving in frustration. Most people gone to them yard because them can't wait. Some even coming back to say them there from morning. I get number 107 and I was here before people with number 30. It's after I was standing here all long me realized I should get a number because the security they all bought and now said to people what them should do, said Brown. However, at the St. Catherine East Central office, there were no complaints about the process. One woman, 23-year-old Jamelia Blair, said they're not really moving slowly. I'm currently on vacation, and since my name falls under the list, I don't know when I'll get that time again, so I decided to come today. Her claim was corroborated by Karen Samuels, who said, I just came to take the ID picture, not picking up as yet. Them not moving slow, things are right so far. At the St. Andrew East Central office, in Mulline's Business Center, 31-year-old Rachel Carey said she had no problem, and was especially glad that people there were observing social distancing. The director of elections said some people were encouraged to maintain the COVID-19 protocols, but only some complied at the offices. We have to continue to remind people about the protocols, especially those on the outside. What I found here today too is that there are a number of persons who came who basically were not scheduled for today, but we tried to accommodate them. A number of them seem to be coming out for renewals, despite our appeal for them to get their card renewed, he explained. 72 new COVID-19 cases in Jamaica, 9 more deaths. Jamaica recorded 72 new COVID-19 cases and 9 deaths on Monday, bringing the infection total to 86,456 and the virus death toll to 2,034. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported that the new cases comprise 38 females and 34 males, with ages ranging from 11 days to 97 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 22, St. Catherine and St. James, 14 each, Clarendon, 6, Hanover, 4, Trelawney and Westmoreland, 3 each, St. Thomas, Manchester and St. Anne, 2 each. The deceased are a 46-year-old female, a 55-year-old male from St. Elizabeth, a 46-year-old male from Clarendon, a 57-year-old male, a 41-year-old female, and a 65-year-old female from St. Catherine, a 35-year-old female, a 68-year-old female, and a 69-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew. The deaths occurred between September 18 and October 11, 2021. In the meantime, 145 more people recovered in the last 24 hours, bringing total recoveries to 54,569. Currently, 391 people are hospitalized, 52 of which are severely ill, while 31 are critically ill and 94 are moderately ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.